What's up guys, welcome back to Finance to Fly. My name is Luke and I'm here to help you elevate your travel while minimizing your spending. Today we're going to be covering Chase's top tier travel card, the Sapphire Reserve. So for the annual fee of this card, it is $550 and the sign up bonus is 60,000 points after 4,000 spent in the first 3 months. As far as earnings rates go, this card will get you 10 points per dollar spent on hotels and car rentals purchased through the Chase travel portal, Lyft purchases and Peloton purchases, and Chase dining. You'll earn 5 points per dollar spent on all other travel purchased through the Chase travel portal, which just flights pretty much. Outside of the travel portal, you'll earn 3 points per dollar spent on all travel and dining, and 1 point per dollar spent everywhere else. As far as benefits go, the first one is a $300 travel credit per year. Next is a global entry / TSA pre-check credit, and yes, it's $120 now that they raised the fee. You'll get priority pass, access to the Chase Sapphire lounges, and a $5 monthly DoorDash credit. You'll get some travel protections and some purchase protections. You'll get access to book The Edit, which is something like Amex's Fine Hotels and Resorts, but just through Chase's travel portal. And lastly, which I would say one of the best benefits of this card, is that your points have a base value of 1.5 cents per point because of a 50% boost when you redeem them through the Chase travel portal. That means that you don't even have to try, and you can just book a regular flight through the travel portal and you'll get 1.5 cents per point in value, which is amazing. Oh, and lastly, I couldn't forget, just like all the other travel cards that we pretty much cover, there's no foreign transaction fees. So you're looking to hold this card year after year, and you want to know what your realized annual fee will be after you remove the credits. First off, the $300 travel credit is pretty easy to get back because you just have to book something through their travel portal. So $300 is off the $550 annual fee. For all the Lyft and the DoorDash perks, they are set to expire within the next year, so I don't want to add them since there's a good chance that they're not there for the years to come, and they might be replaced with something different. Lastly, when you book the Edit, which is like Amex's Fine Hotels and Resorts, you'll get a $100 credit at the hotel per year, so you can mark that $100 off. That brings the total down to $150 a year you're paying out of pocket for this card. So different from other videos, we're going to keep with a theme when it comes to these redemptions. And that theme is going to be traveling to Australia. For this first redemption, we're going to be looking at a one-way ticket from Cleveland to Melbourne, Australia on United. For this redemption, it comes quite interesting since I am a Premier Silver. It's a low status, but still gives you little perks as you can see on the screen. It's 55,000 miles plus $23.10 for economy with 2 stops, or 70,000 miles and $23.10 for premium economy with 1 stop. And you compare that to the cash price in economy, it's $1,500, and the cash price in premium economy is nearly double at $2,800. Yes, these are both one ways, but we'll get to the return flight in a later redemption. So for the second redemption, you book your one-way ticket there. Now you're in Australia. For this part of the trip, you're going to plan a 4-night stay in Melbourne, which means the best way to book with points is through IHG or Marriott, since you do have Chase points. But I would prefer IHG if you had IHG points. I'm not saying you should transfer them from Chase, but because you get 3 nights booked with points, you get a 4th night free when you have the IHG card. You'll want to stay at the Intercontinental Melbourne. Booking this with cash will set you back another $1,000, or with points $127,000. This gives you a 0.81 cent per point value, which is really not good, right? So obviously you don't transfer your Chase points over to IHG. Instead, you book through Chase's travel portal, and you're going to get only the same hotel for only like 70,000 points. That's pretty good. And you get that for 70,000 points because of the 1.5 cent per point value you get through the travel portal, which makes sense there. But if you had IHG points, you'd want to use those. But if you want to use your Chase points, make sure you look at the travel portal first because it's probably going to be cheaper. Lastly, for this third redemption, we're going to go back to something similar to the first redemption. We're going to assume you toured around the Outback for a little bit. Stayed in Melbourne, Sydney, you went and saw the Great Barrier Reef, and now you're in Perth. You finished up there because that's all the way on the other side of the country. Another 3-hour time change, by the way, from one side to the other. But you're ended up in Perth and you want to go home. Booking with United again, which is, from what I've seen, has the most decent award space to and from Australia in premium economy class, especially if you want to book from a smaller city like Cleveland. So for this redemption, we're going to book from Perth to Cleveland on United. Obviously, you have to do some looking to find this stuff, but you can find some great premium economy award space. For example, 60,500 miles for economy or 77,000 miles for premium economy, plus 113 bucks. When looking at the cash rates of $1,300 for this one-way ticket or $7,500 for this one-way ticket, mind you, so it's usually about $3,000 on a round-trip premium economy ticket, it's quite easy to see how United can have some unreal award space. Like, for example, if you book those two itineraries that we've had on these redemptions together for 147,000 miles, you're still saving $3,000 because round trip's about $3,000. So what are my thoughts on this card, and who could this card be for? Well, I think this card really excels in the benefits of the travel protections and purchase protections, but it still lacks against its competitors in the earnings rates. One of the recent losses of this card was the restaurant access through their priority pass, which makes this card a little bit less valuable, and it was one of the selling points that almost got me to bite on the card. When you take a look at the Venture X that's compared against that, the Venture X has the same travel portal earnings, but earns 2 points per dollar spent on everything else, which is much better than the 3 points just on dining. Not to mention, it has a $155 less annual fee, and you don't end up shelling anything out once you get the credits back from the Capital One Venture X. The problem that I see with these Chase Sapphire cards are the main multipliers only focus on the travel portal and the 3 points per dollar spent on dining, which you can get from other cards with no annual fees or lower annual fees. Yes, I understand that they're trying to get people to book through the travel portal, but I think a lot of people just don't want to do that. They'd rather book directly with hotels and enjoy the benefits of elite status. Like, we literally looked at an example redemption where it included a discount because I was a Premier Elite status on United. I mean, that stuff makes a difference in the long run instead of just booking everything through a travel portal. So what would I like to see on this card? Well, I think this card needs to undergo a major overhaul, because paying $150 out of pocket after you subtract the credits for a 3 times multiplier on dining and travel portal card, it's not really cutting it anymore. I'd love to see them add like a 3x on groceries, or just 2 points per dollar spent on everything else, or add some statuses from some of their co-branded partners like Hyatt or Southwest or United. Just maybe a lowest status, but still just add something that could be putting them above their competitors. Because I know with Amex Platinum, you're going to get gold status from Hilton and Marriott. By adding some of those additions when they come to refreshing the card, I think it'll compete much better against the Platinum and the Venture X. But right now, I think it's kind of lacking, except for when it comes to travel protections. There's a video coming out soon on travel protections, and I will have to tell you, just give you a sneak peek, the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Ritz-Carlton have the best travel protections in the industry. Going back to the card though, I think the one major benefit of the card that it does make sense having is if you really just don't like transferring points, you don't want to worry about that, the solid 1.5 cent per point value through the travel portal is really good still. It should make it easy for you to redeem, and it just makes life easier when you can get 1.5 cents per point just solidly. Now, moving on to who this card is for. Well, I think my last point nailed it. The card is ideal for those who travel a lot and don't want to deal with transfer partners or booking outside of a travel portal with hotels and airlines directly. If you aren't utilizing the travel portal, you're missing out on all the big multipliers, the 10x, the 5x, and it leaves you with only 3 points per dollar spent on dining and travel booked outside the travel portal. It also could be a good card for someone who just enjoys the Chase ecosystem, but I really don't think that I would recommend it with the state that it's in. Just take, for example, another one. I have the Ritz-Carlton and the Sapphire Preferred. Both are under the Chase ecosystem, and they come out to a combined annual fee of $545. From the Ritz-Carlton, you get a $300 travel credit, which is a little bit more loosey-goosey with it and easier and harder to use in some aspects of it. And you also get a free night award, which is worth at least $500. I just recently redeemed my free night award that I got from the Ritz-Carlton card for a night that's worth $2,000 at a Ritz-Carlton over New Year's. So I definitely got more value than that $500, and which has made the card extremely worth it, and even has me thinking about getting a second one in the future, just because that free night award is worth so much during holidays. And going back to the card comparison, I get the same travel protections and purchase protections as the Reserve when I hold the Ritz-Carlton card. On the other side, I do hold the Sapphire Preferred, and I get access to Chase's transfer partners to use after hitting some sign-up bonuses on maybe the Inks or whatnot, or the Freedom or the Flex, whatever it is. So in reality, I think this card is good for some people, but you gotta really look at the benefits you're getting out of other cards and see if you can save some money on that annual fee, because it's high for a low earnings rate. So all in all, what do you think? Do you have this Sapphire Reserve? Do you like it? What would you like to see changed on it? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a great day.